here's the big reveal. How much did you initially buy Jollibee?
Get this, guys, it was 7 pesos.
So hi guys, we just finished Icon 2018 and I'm with Rex Mendoza. If you remember the previous video, he talked about buying PLDT at 6 pesos, 3 pesos when the market was dropping. Now we were having lunch, and what was interesting when we were having lunch, he told me that he was buying Jollibee, I think, at the IPO when it was even below 10 pesos. So how much was it? Here's the big reveal. How much did you initially buy Jollibee?
Get this, guys, it was 7 pesos. The IPO was 7 pesos at that time. I was telling Marvin and company, anyone coming up with an IPO is a surefire way of earning money. So we all have to subscribe. In fact, the brokers consider it as a gift to you if you're given an allocation on any company. Actually, all IPOs at that time make money. So over time, you just buy the IPO, sell a little when it goes up, and then buy again. But again, Jollibee is a great story. Marvin came up with the details. It will not stop. I mean, it's just gobbling up all these chains, and then I don't think it will slow down.
Do you remember the money that they raised on the IPO?
I don't even remember. But that was
the billions or millions pa lang?
No, billion naman, but not high. Not the way we hear it now, like 10 billion or 15 billion. Very little. Very little.
I assume it was in the 90s already?
Yeah.
So what was the prevailing story of Jollibee that was compelling? Wala pa siyang manginasal nung time na yun. I think if it was mid-90s, baka wala pang shopping at that point.
It was simple as this, that they're gonna give McDonald's a run for their money. That they understand the Filipino palate. They understand the way they service the Filipino. They have the variety. Remember, McDonald's at that time did not have a very great menu. It's like very standard. Today, even McDonald's has, adjusted to the Filipino taste.
And they're what's interesting is they're playing catch up. McDonald's playing catch up to Jollibee right now. One of the very few markets where McDonald's is beaten by a local competitor.
Yeah, and everywhere else, you see now McDonald's from the old practice of just, putting on the menu what they have in the US. Now they go country by country and they change their menu. They make adjustments now because they were clobbered by Jollibee here. Let's face it, Jollibee had a hold on the market because at a very early stage in Jollibee's life as a company, they had variety, and that's against the fast food idea. If you're fast food, right? If you have a fast food idea and a business platform, you have to have a narrow menu. But Jollibee expanded that. It had palabok, it had all of these things. So it was a great story, and true enough, it worked, right?
So you mentioned also that you started to sell also, take profits in it. But what made you come back again? The biggest, I get this all the time. People buy stocks when it goes up, namamahalan na. Even if it's a good company, they don't want to buy it anymore. What made you come back?
I never became a non-investor of a winner like Jollibee. Jollibee, Ayala Land, Ayala Corp, all of these are these are what I call my core stocks, right? Now, if markets go really high, I have some discomfort in pricing and valuation. But I take that as an opportunity to take some cash because, as I told people here inside, cash is a position. You have to be able to, at the very least, lighten up so that you have cash, so that when you have a situation like this, you can come in and buy. But you see, I never really had zero. I will always have a position. I will sell some to create cash, but when the opportunity comes, I buy again. So it's just creating a bit of margins here and there. But again, I hold it. I mean, it's almost like a staple within my portfolio, my core portfolio.
Fast forward to where we are now, 2018. What do you think is something similar to Jollibee in the 2018 scenario? Great brand, increasing, something that will give a run for the money of its current competitors?
Well, I see a lot now. Disclosure, I am a director of Poppy, right? Poppy is an emerging company, right? It's Ayala owned right now. It's now the logistics industrial part company of Ayala Land. It has a mall as well, but it's getting to be pushed as a company that will take on all recurring income in this area that Ayala Land will practically cede to it. And given the strength of Ayala Land, given the expertise, OP can fly. Today, what you've seen is the fact that it's a turnaround story. You see that.
Something
But
Tito Ban mo that wasn't doing well, Ayala.
Ayala turned it around. But on top of that, you now have a big company like Laguna Technopark behind it, and there are going to be a lot more. So storylines like this, I'm not saying buy it now. Check it out, study it, and if you see earnings really trying to move, that's the time you need to pounce. But today, no one's as interested as many others. Maybe this is like Jollibee in one of its rest periods early on. So it's a great opportunity to be able to get, a piece of companies like this today.
All right, last question. What's your take on Jollibee's expansion? They've been buying not just companies in the Philippines.
Kano daw
not
binili
just-
Jollibee?
Tapos na, meron tayo niyan. They're not just buying, parang the people think kasi with Jollibee, it's just Jollibee putting up Jollibee in other countries in the world, and now they're exposing themselves in other countries as well. What's your take on that?
This is a very different view now. I see this as a Jollibee that is now internationally diversified. Remember, we buy stocks, we say, oh, we're concentrated in the Philippines, we need to diversify, we need to take positions in the US, maybe positions in Hong Kong or Singapore. Hey, buy Jollibee today, you have exposures in those markets also.
Diversification,
China,
yeah.
right? Singapore, now it has exposures in the US as well with Smash Burger.
Yeah.
So now if you buy Jollibee, you're not buying a position in the local scenario. You're now international. So it answers now a few needs in terms of portfolio management, right? In its own little way.
Wow. Lastly, any last words for people who are still hesitating to invest? Anything to encourage them?
The market has gone from way up to where it is today. I see this as an opportunity. I'm not telling you to put in all your money. I'm telling you to start, and it's a good time to start because it's not very expensive. Now, if you start, then you can continue growing it because that's the way it should be. Investing is continuous, investing is consistent. And I'm, waiting for all of you to listen to this guy more, okay? Take his advice. If you want to get there, if you want to be successful, he's the guy to listen to.
Thank you. So, Rex Mendoza, Trailblazing Success, his latest book. Check it out in national bookstores. So that's it for now. Thank you, everyone, and we enjoy the Icon 28. You were such a prolific and amazing speaker today.
He's the rock star. I'm a part of the supporting cast.
Grabe, you're so humble. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, bye.